Growing up, college wasn't an option. I always knew I was going. It was part of my ideologies. I exercised agency throughout my high school career to achieve my goal. I knew I had to be a well-rounded person.
College requires a hardworking and well-rounded student. We performed agency by taking part in all these activities.
We participate in clubs such as Best Buddies, Key Club, and NHS in order to show that we are involved in a group effort. Working well with others is a quality that most colleges admire in prospective students.
Sports show that you are physically and mentally capable of handling a heavy workload while also being part of a team. In this case, your subject role is not only student but also team member.
Showing your achievements in your classes is an important reflection of your level of intelligence. By choosing more difficult classes, we are practicing agency because we know that college admissions admire students who challenge themselves.
By participating in community service, we are practicing agency because we are doing something to make a change. The services that we perform can improve people's lives, and although we do these things out of the goodness of our hearts, there is a larger incentive to do them in order to build our resume.
Extracurriculars show that we have drive to participate in activities outside of school. We don't wait for opportunities to come to us. We go out and find them. We perform agency by acting on our own and taking responsibility for our future.
Standardized tests evaluate your intellectual abilities and determine how well you will do in college. By studying for and taking these exams, we are practicing agency in order to ensure that we can get into the college of our dreams.
College preparation. Here, our subject role becomes applicant. It is time to make a list of the necessary actions we need to take in order to fulfill the requirements of a potential college student.
During the college admissions process, your subject role changes multiple times. One of the major subject roles during this process is applicant. As a potential college student, it is necessary to fill out the Common App, which organizes all of your accomplishments throughout your high school career. We perform agency by choosing the colleges we wish to visit. We have the power to decide which colleges fit our desires based on size, locations, and the programs that they offer.
College essays are a major part of the application process. They are a way to focus on yourself and talk about your accomplishments. While writing our essays, we have the power to include what will sound intellectual and appealing to college admissions officers. We mend our accomplishments to what we believe will get us into an impressive university.
Colleges have required SAT scores. As a student, we have the power to decide how we want to prepare for this test. We all sat through multiple tutoring sessions and studied for hours to prepare for the SATs. We performed agency by taking the proper measures to receive a high score on this exam. We all took the SATs multiple times until we reached our desired score.
Agency only exists within certain contexts, which is why it has constraints and enablers. Constraints include physical, social, and financial restrictions, which stops us from reaching our full potential. Enablers help us prosper by making our desires possible. Constraints and enablers add both positive and negative effects towards the college admissions process. We have control on how much we let it affect our lives.
By working, I'm exercising agency because I'm saving up money for college, but working is also a constraint because it takes time away from studying.
Sports can improve your application, but at the same time, since you are coming home later from school, you have less time to finish your homework, to study, and to complete your assignments. They are also physically draining. Therefore, after practice or a game, you are less focused on the work that has been assigned to you.
College is very expensive. Although you may have the grades required for a particular school, you may not be able to afford it and therefore cannot attend the college of your dreams. It is heartbreaking when you cannot attend a college due to expense.
It is part of my ideologies to go to college because both of my parents went, and I have an older sister who currently attends a college. Being that I am subjected to my family, they have a huge influence over my actions and ideologies. I find it important to receive a degree in order to acquire a job that will help support a comfortable lifestyle.
We interviewed Ms. Casey, who teaches both an IB psychology and a general psychology class, to compare the type of student who would take these different level courses. Why would a student take an IB class over a Regents class in general?
I think the kids who take IB classes really want to prepare themselves better for college and essentially the real world that is just more demanding. These are hardworking kids who want to get a better grasp of what's to be expected of them in college.
How do you believe your IB classes prepare students for college?
I think that IB classes really prepare them because there's a lot of intense readings, a lot of essay writing, which I feel like Regents classes or my general psychology class doesn't really require. I think there's a lot of discussion, intellectual discussions that take place in my IB class. And it's definitely, it has more of a collegiate feel to it than a regular Regents class does.
Why do you believe an IB class looks better on a college transcript?
I think because it's a more rigorous course than a regular Regents course. Colleges want to see that you're challenging yourself, and to take the highest level course that you can is always going to look better on a transcript than if you just take almost like the easier way out of things. You definitely want to challenge yourself with the more difficult class.
In Ms. Casey's interview, she discusses how students perform agency by taking IB classes in order to enhance their transcripts and better prepare themselves for college.
We interviewed KJ, who attends BOCES for nursing. BOCES is a pre-college program for students who are interested in a particular field early on in life. It empowers students to achieve their maximum potential in artistic and technical environments.
What made you decide to go to BOCES?
I honestly decided on my own will. You know, I was like, hey, I kind of know what I want to do, so let me just sign up and go to BOCES. So I consulted my guidance counselor, and she was like, hey.
Have you been subjected to anything or anyone that made you want to become a nurse?
Yeah, absolutely. My family, on my mom's side, usually pretty much everybody is involved in the medical field, either from being a nurse to a physician to just even a medical assistant. So I've always been around it, and I always thought it was cool. So I was brought up, and that's how I decided that I wanted to become a nurse.
How do you think BOCES is setting you up for the future?
BOCES, it's given me like a peek into the future in terms of my coursework, like anatomy and physiology. It's like giving you like little previews of what to expect in the future and how you can manage your time better. And if you really don't want to go into nursing, you can maybe go to med school to be a physician, or if you really just want to do radiology, do something like that. But it just it helps you out in deciding what you really want to do.
How has your career path chosen early on influenced your college decision?
Well, I just mainly look for colleges that offered my major, colleges that are willing to comply with my prerequisites, colleges that want to accept, some credit that I get from BOCES, because that definitely will go a long way in the future. So it's definitely narrowed my choices on where to go.
Has your decision to go to BOCES influenced anyone to follow your path?
Yep. My little sister actually wants to become a nurse too. So, she's been brought up around the same environment. And me going to BOCES, exposes her to, the great things that could come out from that program. So she definitely, going to BOCES has influenced somebody else.
Hi. Our agency in the college admissions process has a multitude of positive outcomes. Attending college benefits our family, friends, school, and community. By working hard and getting admitted to an impressive university, others will be inspired to follow our path. They too will achieve high grades and participate in extracurricular activities, just as we have. An important result of agency is not only influencing your future, but others as well on a much larger scale.
Working hard and being admitted to competitive schools reflects well on our high school because it shows that they contribute to the development of intelligent students that will one day make a larger impact on the world.
In the fall, I will be attending Florida State University in Tallahassee, Florida.
I will be attending Tulane University in New Orleans, Louisiana.
I will be attending Syracuse University in upstate New York.
All the things we have done since freshman year that are a part of the college admissions process contribute to our success. We have practiced agency because we produce a positive outcome.
I performed agency by earning high grades and participating in extracurriculars. My accomplishments helped me to appear desirable towards my university.
By doing all the things that Marisa just spoke about, I was able to get into the FSU psychology program, which has been a long-term goal of mine. Everything I have done to get there is how I exercised agency.